and then we can just start. Do you have a file up ready?
I sure do. I'm ready to
Sweet.
go.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. No,
Welcome
actually,
everybody
hold on.
to the.
Don't wait. Don't crack it. I
Sorry.
have a really dumb intro.
Oh, awesome. Sorry, dude.
No, don't.
I'll
I should have
just.
told you that already. Sorry.
That's fine. Should I say welcome everybody? Still?
Nope. It's
Oh,
going to be a
all right.
similar Perfect Train style intro.
All right, do it.
Well, even though you did, I think you did crack your LaCroix at some point during that dumb
Yeah,
intro. So
during
if
it,
you feel,
like
yeah,
there was like choo 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 choo. I was like, hey, how's it going?
if you feel led to do that.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I do not know if this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot.
Wait, are you sharing? It used to say sharing audio on green, and now it doesn't. You still are. Oh, there you
It
go.
says you are sharing. Yep. Okay, great.
Great.
Here we go. Oops, I almost played the wrong thing. Phew. All right. Welcome, one and all, to the Appliance Royal Rumble Heavyweight Division. In this corner, weighing in at 250 pounds, the champion of chill, the refrigerator. And in this corner, at 200 pounds, the harbinger of heat, the range oven. And finally, in this corner, because just like a normal wrestling ring, there are 3 corners, weighing in at only 77 pounds, the Sultan of Spray, the dishwasher. Let's get ready to crawl.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world premiere of a great new soft drink, the world premiere of Diet Coke.
Introducing Diet Coke. You're gonna drink it just for the taste of it. Introducing Diet Coke.
He's dancing around. Do you think that I couldn't think of a good pun for let's get ready to rumble, so I said let's get ready to crumble.
Diet Coke.
Let's get ready to crumble. I
Yeah.
thought that was like a kitchen
Yep. Like
pun,
as
'cause food
the
crumbles.
cookie crumbles.
Right, as the
Totally.
cookie crumbles.
Yep.
All right, here we are. You thought Perfect Train Awards was dumb. So I came up with this idea of a Royal Rumble where it was like it's all the same idea.
Yeah.
I could have called this Perfect Appliance, I guess. But here's the thing. I wanted to pit 3 appliances against each other and
Yep.
you and me decide which is the best appliance. Cool idea.
Oh. Well, okay. So we need to remember why we're thinking appliances in general.
Thank you.
Your kitchen blew up, right?
Right.
So
Back in January,
appliances are on the brain, dude.
Back in January, my kitchen flooded. Already the kitchen was on its last leg.
Right.
Only one burner was working in our range. And it was like way back in the corner.
Yeah.
of like
the back
2
corner
wall-
one. Yeah.
Right. 2 walls meet. And our oven was in the corner of this wall. And that was the burner.
How is that even safe, dude? I didn't know
Oh.
a burner could be against a wall.
Dude,
That makes no sense, bro.
our kitchen was also, it was like covered in grease. We couldn't get the grease off. I don't remember if I've said this about some of the things we realized about our house when we moved in that we
Yeah.
didn't notice when we bought it was that there are just a thick layer of oil and grease all over the kitchen,
Yeah,
over
you
every
have
single
mentioned
cupboard. We were chipping it off before we gave up.
Man, bro.
So
Oh,
also
man.
it's in a grease corner. So we
Oh.
didn't like using it because who knew if it would catch something on the wall. It was bad, dude.
Yeah.
The fridge, which is now our second fridge, is a great second fridge, but not a good primary fridge.
Okay. Sure.
It had an ice maker in it, but it was like when it was first invented from like the 70s. And so randomly it would like shoot pieces of ice out. And like it would like hit Chewy and he would go scurrying across once it hit my ankle and it hurt so bad.
Yeah, dude.
And then the dishwasher was just, you could hardly open and close it. So it was bad
Yep.
to begin with, but then the flooding happened and those things were just completely destroyed, taken out. And so from whatever it was, early summer in May, when we actually removed all the appliances, until just a couple weeks ago, and the dishwasher still doesn't work. We didn't have these heavyweight edition appliances at all in our kitchen. Months
Jeez.
and months.
Okay. So what, like, we had the similar thing happen, right? Where the fridge went out.
Yes.
Ours was only for a day because the guy came and fixed it. He had to defrost that fan or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because it like every now and then it would just go like, and we're like, what the heck?
Must Be Nothing is my usual go-to in those situations. It's probably fine.
I know. It's just like, Must Be Nothing can be nothing forever, or it could mean like the bottom of your car like falls out.
Oh, I hope you
mean?
don't hear me saying that. Me saying It Must Be Nothing is good. That is a coping mechanism of my 7
Sure.
that is really bad and usually gets
Sometimes
us into
it
a
is,
lot
though.
of trouble.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah,
probably
you're right.
usually not.
Sometimes it is. That's a great. I'm going to go tell Jessica that right now. Sometimes Anthony says sometimes it is, so I can keep saying that. Yeah, but even a day, right, is hard not to have a fridge.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I remember Kramer. He got rid of his fridge in an episode of Seinfeld. He's like, I'm going to only have fresh foods. Only have fresh foods.
Yeah.
Nothing refrigerated. Which apparently that's actually the actor, Michael. What?
Oh right, he doesn't like refrigerated foods.
Yeah, like I guess he's like a vegan.
Okay.
And also racist. Shoot.
He did have that snafu. I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah.
I think he
No,
might have learned his lesson, but
he
for a time,
he
that
got
was
really
rough.
drunk and said some really, really dumb, terrible things.
Oh, no.
Michael Richards. But that
And
was
also he likes
Curb,
fresh
too.
food.
And he loves fresh food. Yeah, yes. He doesn't need a fridge. So
even racists like fresh food.
Oh, jeez. But yeah. So he makes it, but he doesn't even make a whole episode of Seinfeld without a fridge.
Right. Yes.
He can't.
So one of the, like you were saying, one of the impetuses, is that a word, of this episode was impeti was like how much absence makes the heart grow fonder. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
I think
totally.
Is that the immortal bard? Did Shakespeare say that? I don't know. But you don't, like you were saying on that episode, it was your injury episode where you were doing the refrigerator analogy. You don't notice how awesome it is until it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Totally. It's just like my calf. It's just like your calf muscle or your arm, like your elbow, or like your eyeballs or your ear holes. Like when something that you count on goes out. You didn't know how much you missed it till it's gone.
So we've talked about like perfect blank, right? And I was like, I love appliances because of that, right? Like they're great. And so I was wondering, I think actually I think I was talking to Noah about it, like which are we missing most right now?
Yeah. Yep.
And then I thought, as one does when one has a podcast where you have to, and a Patreon where you have to get a lot of content, you think, could this be a podcast episode?
How could we leverage this into an entire episode?
Exactly.
I'm thinking, when you said that, I just went through all the appliances in my brain, and I think I know the one that I would want to live without the least.
Okay, don't reveal that yet.
I won't.
Okay, good.
But you've got my percolator percolating.
Well, good.
Which is one you can get rid of. That thing sucks, dude.
Who needs a percolator? Percolator is a thing of the past.
I got a real quick percolator story for you, dude.
Please.
We were doing a text thread, me, you, and the fellas.
Yeah.
And like they were talking about funny stories about people walking out of restaurants. So like I went into I was really really thirsty for a cup of coffee. and like we pulled over and I went to this place like Perks or something like that.
Okay.
The girls and Aaron wait in the car. I just go in to get some coffee and like some snacks for us. And I
Mhm.
order, and then but I haven't paid yet. And I see her go to a percolator.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, no, no, thank you. So she came back, and I was like, is that what you're getting the coffee at? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, like, my family, I got to go ask my wife needed something, and I can't remember what it was. She's like, oh, okay. And I walked out, and we just drove away.
You see the rubber,
Yeah.
the tire tracks in the parking spot still.
I was like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, percolator. I always think of church when I think of percolators, like
Burnt
church
coffee.
burnt coffee.
Yup.
Yes.
Which, there is something pleasing, honestly. Like, I don't mind. Like, that's a kind of coffee. Like,
Yeah.
coffee that's burned.
Sure.
McDonald's kind of had coffee like that back in the day. A diner might have coffee like that.
Yep. Yep.
There's
Diner
something
coffee.
burnt and toasty about it that is charming.
Well, I'd say the best thing about a percolator is the sound.
Yep. And it looks cool on top.
Yep. Looks cool on top.
Yeah, the little thing does look cool.
I like the way it sounds. I like the way it looks. I don't like the way it tastes. Pretty burned.
Uh-huh.
Almost
Makes you feel.
always burned. Doesn't I don't like the way it makes me feel. Okay, actually you're getting kind of close to how I want to do this episode. All right. Here are
Okay.
the rules. I'm going to set up the rules.
Got it.
We're going to go one by one through these big 3.
Okay.
The refrigerator, the oven, range oven, I'll call it, right? Because sometimes
Yep.
those are separated, but I'm talking about that one piece, and the dishwasher.
Okay, so you're talking about the top of the oven. So that's actually 2 in 1.
Yeah, it is a 2-in-1. Is
Okay.
is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Most people would call it the oven, but I think when they're referring to that appliance, they're including the range in that when they say that.
What's the stove?
The stove, would you call it the stove?
We call it the stove.
Well, I guess we
Stovetop
do
stuffing.
too. Stove top. But I think the stove is the top. Stove top is the top and the oven is the bottom. But I think when I say stove, you're right. I'm talking about that one piece which combines the oven and the range.
The big boy.
Yep. So that is one. We're going to treat it as such.
Gotcha.
And then the third one is the dishwasher. We're going to talk about what we like about those things. That's them fighting.
Stuff I like. Okay.
That's the match. And then we pick the one we like most. That's the winner.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome.
Real cool.
Oh,
Did you ever?
cool.
By the way, that music I played at the beginning was from the Super Nintendo WWF Royal Rumble game.
Oh, perfect.
Did you ever play that?
No, didn't really
Okay.
play. I'm like almost exclusively like Mario.
Right.
I'm a brand loyal, like Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nintendo original IP.
Yep.
That's you all the way, right? So you'll buy a Switch and you'll buy Luigi's Mansion and
Yep.
Mario Odyssey.
Yep.
But you're not going to do a shooter on that.
Probably not.
Or a different IP, right? So Al, I think I've said this before. Of course, this is the reason we say we did it was that every weekend around the time of Super Nintendo, which is why I got a job at McDonald's so I could buy a Super Nintendo, we would go to Blockbuster by Shopco on Verona Road. Shopco Plaza, where that roller rink was also.
Yeah, totally. The roller Fast Forward?
Fast Forward. Yes. So Fast Forward, the McDonald's that I worked at, Shopco and Blockbuster were all in that
Incredible.
area. We would go to Blockbuster. We would rent a game on Friday night. We would play it all weekend long and beat it by Sunday.
Yes.
And so eventually you run out of Marios and stuff like that. And we're not WWF fans, but I remember loving Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Because it's just Hulk Hogan getting in the ring with Randy Savage and
Randy,
like
Macho
10 other
Man.
guys. Right. And trying to throw
All
them
Tampa
out.
natives.
Basically. Did you ever watch WWF though?
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Just we just weren't into that.
No,
I
not at
was
all.
in a musical family.
But like Hulk
We liked
Hogan was a
music.
thing, right?
Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan, didn't he like? Was there a thing when we were in middle school where he like faked his own death or something like that?
What?
And then he like
Maybe.
came back to life or something. Like I feel like there was something dramatic happened. Hulk
I'm
Hogan
looking it
in
up.
the
I'm
early
looking it up. That,
90s.
that sounds kind of familiar. Yeah. Hulk Hogan death hoax. Oh, but
Okay.
this is saying that it happened in 2015.
Oh. Okay.
Um, but that does seem like, oh, okay, here's something about in 1991. When was that? Were we in middle school?
Yeah, middle school, totally.
The Undertaker, I guess that's another wrestler. I just remember
Oh,
that from Royal Rumble from the Super Nintendo.
okay.
Like killed in quotes Hulk Hogan in a match. And so it was
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
And then he came back and it was just because he had a neck injury or something. And so you're that's probably what you're remembering.
Like he actually died is what we all thought. Like in a match. Like because the thing was you always thought it was fake, right?
It was like
Staged.
known that it was fake, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But then
And that
he
was like
actually
a joke
yeah.
too. Like that was just like oh, wrestling is fake, or that's as fake as WWF, stuff like that.
Yep. Then
But Hulk Hogan was a big deal. I think even he was a crossover star.
Yep. He made it in movies. Like I think because for whatever reason, dude, I loved the Police Academy movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I loved those.
Gutenberg.
And I think oh, I love Steve Gutenberg, dude. I mean,
Me too.
Short Circuit,
Cocoon.
Yep, Cocoon, Three Men and a Baby.
I mean, what about that? We should do that trifecta sometime on Perfect
That's
Movie.
a good trifecta,
Just a
dude.
Gutenberg series.
Yeah. the Zer Gutenberg.
Zer Gutenberg. Maybe that could be for Blocktoberfest. Zer Gutenberg.
Zer Gutenberg. So dumb.
Pretty good. This is how we come up. This is how we brainstorm, nation. I think
Yeah.
we just hit on something. Zer Gutenberg.
But I could swear like Hulk Hogan or there was some crossover in there, and then there was Bigfoot, the monster trucks made it into a police academy, and it was like heaven.
I'm looking
And
at
those
Hulk
movies-
Hogan Police Academy.
Okay, that's it. Those
Yep.
movies are not appropriate for like a 7-year-old dude.
No way. Just dirty.
oh,
Just
man.
randy, those movies.
Totally. Tons of nudities, sexual innuendos, and like, yeah. How did I even watch that?
Looks like Hulk Hogan maybe was in Police Academy 2, Their First Assignment, which is a pretty good subtitle for Police Academy.
That
2.
is so funny. That is so good.
Of the movies I remember Hulk Hogan are of course Rocky 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Rocky 3. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing.
Like Rocky.
Because
yeah.
right, he's in Rocky 3 and they're in that I can't remember the name for it, but a match where you're not it's fake, right? But actually he's beating up on Sylvester Stallone. And then
Yep.
Mr. T's in the audience and thinks it's real dumb and
Mhm.
challenges Rocky to an actual match.
Yep.
And then I remember him showing up in Gremlins 2.
Okay.
Have you ever seen
Okay.
Gremlins 2?
I just remember.
The new batch?
Yep. Batch.
There's
Yeah.
this kind of breaking the fourth wall part where gremlins like come through the movie screen
Yep.
into a movie
yeah, they
theater.
melt
and,
it.
Yes, that's right. And
Uh-huh.
Hulk Hogan is in the audience of the movie theater
Okay.
and yells up at the gremlins like, "Stop messing around with that! And I came to watch a movie." And so then the gremlins make the movie play again because they're scared of Hulk Hogan. That's pretty
Amazing.
good. Okay. Anyways, not big WWF fan, so I'm not sure exactly it worked this way, which was two guys talk about which wrestler they like the most, and that's the guy who wins. But that's how we're doing it
Okay,
right now.
Gotcha. Yep.
And so we're gonna start with the refrigerator.
Okay.
Refrigerator. This is the one that you didn't have for about a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta tell you something about when we didn't have a refrigerator. Something I kept thinking was, what an amazing thing a refrigerator is.
Yeah. So let's see. There, I was watching, because like the algorithms have just they've got my number or something like that. Right
Okay.
now, we're just going through like food trends, and then
Mm-hmm.
like watched uh like hygiene of the Titanic. Like,
Ooh, oh baby, tell me more.
dude, that
Like,
sounds good, right?
oh, like, do you mean like how they kept clean on the Titanic,
Yes.
like bathing on the Titanic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I
Like,
love that.
why is that so intriguing? Like, and it's just the algorithm has me. I'm like, sounds great. 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Boom. Super interesting. But one thing they did talk about was they talked a little. Oh no, I watched another one that was like dining on the Titanic. That's what it was.
Mm,
So yeah,
love.
like so good, dude. But one thing that was so cool back in those days were like molds. So like even in like the, I don't know, 50s and 60s, like
Wait
Jello
a minute. You mean
molds.
like, oh, molds? I thought you meant like mold as a way to
Oh, no, no,
keep
no, no,
things,
no.
but that's the opposite of what a fridge does,
Sorry.
right? It keeps mold
Right.
away. You're talking about, so tell me more about molds.
Yeah, so like they a Jello mold, in order for it to get set up,
Yeah.
like you need refrigeration.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Needs to
So
get
it
cold.
was like it, yeah, otherwise you get mold and it's all flaccid and floppy.
Right.
Um so if you want it to set up, you need an ice box, you need a refrigerator.
Yeah.
And so it was a real status symbol to have a
Mm-hmm.
Jello mold. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And like, so
Yes.
you could have like fruit in it, and then like different shapes, and like you would have, you'd have your different molds all around your kitchen. You know, like hanging from the,
Oh, I see.
you know
You'd
what I mean?
have the
Like as
pans.
decoration. Yeah, like the
Right.
copper pans and stuff.
Because that was like a status symbol because people knew you can't use those things unless you have a refrigerator or an ice box. And so these people must be
Right,
rich. Okay.
right. Isn't
I
so
love
like
that.
isn't that just so interesting that like what I just think status symbols are super interesting. Like for
Me too.
at one time it was like a huge status symbol to be like to be overweight, to be
Right.
like
Yep.
voluptuous, right?
Yes. That's
Because
a
you're,
sign that you're well fed, you're rich. And
yep,
so, yeah, exactly. This is so weird. I was thinking that same thing, right? So you have a pan on your wall.
uh-huh,
That means something different. That means something deeper than you have a pan on your wall. It
yeah, it
means
means you have
you can
money.
afford a refrigerator. You have money. Yeah.
Some
Huh.
people now have like Audis and Beamers and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Back then,
Molds.
Jello molds, yeah, mold or
Um,
no mold. No mold was
no
also a
mold.
status symbol,
Yeah,
right?
that's for sure. We just watched Titanic.
Mm,
That,
yep.
and I got to tell you, best sound for sure. Several times the old
Mm.
lady.
Eh, eh. Yep, we do that
Um,
all the time.
but I was wondering how they, because the further down you go in the boat, the stinkier these people are, obviously, right? It was
Yep,
especially those guys that shovel the coal into the big gears and
sure.
pistons and all that. Um,
Yep.
and so maybe I should look up Titanic bathing or whatever video
Watch
you're
that.
watching.
Yeah, I mean they had down in the like the not like the lower class, what I forgot what the level is called. Um the people that kept the ship going though.
Right. Yep.
They had a lot fewer appliances, right?
I'm sure they did hardly had any refrigerators. Now, if
Right.
if you really wanted to keep your food cool on the Titanic, I mean, eventually there was a lot of ice coming. You
There
could
was
just
yeah, the iceberg was calling. Oh jeez.
Yeah. So that's one
Um
way to keep things cool on the Titanic. They
mhm.
should have thought of that.
So how did they preserve things before? Like jerky, salt,
Yeah, well,
canning,
oh, you know
you
what?
know?
Remember Perfect Block of Ice from Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
Yes.
Those
Mm-hmm.
kids just carrying ice from, I think, some
Yep.
underground cave. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That they
Yep.
that you freeze or get things cold underground and keep them that way
Mm,
and pack them in sawdust or I can't remember, something like that. And then you
yeah.
carry the ice home
Uh-huh.
to literal ice box, right? You put the ice
Uh-huh.
in a box and keep that stuff cool. But like, think about like Bible times.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They're not keeping anything cool in old Jerusalem.
Nothing's cool there, dude. It was hot,
Yeah,
right? It probably I mean, like where it was probably stanky, right?
so stinky. And
Like
those feet. Ugh.
yep. So the refrigerator, okay, this is okay, I'm looking at the three here.
Mm-hmm.
So the refrigerator, you could heat like okay, let's say you go camping.
Yep.
You can make an oven in a range.
Fire.
You can make a stove.
Right.
You just need a pan. You don't even need a pan. You need a stick, a rock, But
Right, yes.
a refrigerator is refined. It needs electricity. It's it's not natural. Well, I take that back. Ice is natural.
Yeah, but I get where you're going, which is if we're talking about like which one can you not live without? The fridge has a pretty strong case because of what you're saying, which is for us when we didn't have a stove or an oven, we had a grill, or we actually did make a fire and make hot dogs on it, stuff like that. I mean, it's not like yes. So there are alternates to that, but when your fridge went down, bro, what do you do?
What do you do, dude? Got to go all full on Kramer, fresh foods.
That's the option.
Or dried foods.
Yeah,
but like
dried.
okay, so no, you gotta
dry foods.
Dry food, yeah, because you can't have a bowl of cereal,
right?
Unless you want to get sick from curdled milk, which I had a dream last night with curdled milk in it. Isn't that weird?
Ugh, yuck. A bad dream?
A bad dream.
Oh no. Well, that's what happens when you don't have a fridge. You get curdled milk, or I guess you could just have a bowl of cereal dry, which we did talk on perfect cereal. That sometimes that hits the spot, but if you're gonna have milk, if you're gonna have well, I guess you don't have to put veggies and fruit into a fridge, but if you're gonna freeze anything and have that keep, you've got to have a fridge. So I guess that's the answer of what did they used to do in olden times, in Bible times, is they just didn't have any foods like that, or they had milk and it was warm.
Finn and Hetty was a favorite dish, made of milk and made of fish. Like, I mean, well, let's even think about even pre-Titanic. Just like going across the Atlantic.
Nation, these are the two things in history we know about: the Titanic and Bible times. So let's go back to the history event that exists, the Titanic.
Hold on, go back to the other one I know about.
Bible.
Oh no, but like I was just thinking like about like ships. So like if you're going from ships, like if you're going from from Europe to the United States, like think about, the Mayflower.
What
do they eat on that?
What are they packing? I mean, I guess they're fishing on the way, probably.
Oh yeah, you could have Finn and Hattie was a favorite dish.
What about I can't think of that other. It's another food musical that we would sing. Oh,
Fear is the White Star of Twilight.
No, that's not it. Like a jam or a jelly I'm thinking of right now.
Delicious jams and jellies. Oh,
that's not it. I'll think of it by the end.
Okay. Was it Doom, Goat, Beans, and Sugarcane? Yes, buy at market. Doom, doom, doom.
Was it Ein Prosit, der Gemütlichkeit?
Sehr Gutenberg. Oh, I can't remember.
It was not a curry. It was some sort of. I'll friggin' remember it sometime. Anyways,
curds and whey.
No, that's not curds and whey. This is the dumbest episode we have ever done. Let's keep talking about why fridges are good.
Okay. Yes,
So
100%.
I actually like this that you landed on, which is what do you do without it? What you did, I remember, is just basically you had to throw away a ton of food,
We
right?
had to throw away a ton of stuff.
Mango
Now,
chutney.
dude,
That's what it is. Mango chutney.
mango chutney, Yeah. Okay, there it is.
Phew.
Good.
That was gonna really
So,
bug
yeah,
me.
so you had to chutney stuff, you had to can stuff. But even once you open a can, you got to refrigerate it immediately
Yeah.
or eat it all.
I mean, I do that. Do you have to? So like one of the things I hear about
Hmm.
all the time is like in Europe they don't refrigerate their eggs, right?
You're
Like
right.
that's dumb.
Hmm.
Americans put the eggs in the fridge, which we do. I'm not going to deny that. We put eggs in the fridge.
You're right.
I guess you don't have to do that.
For how long?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Ask a European. Do we have any in the listening audience? Does any of you Europeans keep your eggs out of the
Yeah, like
fridge?
do
How
you do
long
that
does
for
that
like a
work?
week? I mean, maybe they just eat them so fast.
Because one of the points of the refrigerator is it keeps your food edible longer.
Right. It
Not only in the
preserves it.
freezer, which certainly does, but also in the fridge. We were talking leftovers a couple episodes ago
Hmm.
in that second fridge that you get takeout, you have leftovers. If you leave it out on the counter, that's bad and by the next morning. But if you put it in the fridge, you
Right.
can eat it for a couple days.
Hmm. So it preserves it.
Yep.
So it prolongs the life
Mhm.
of food to eat.
Right.
So that's really good. You can
Yep.
have milk. I mean, also it allows you to. Okay, this could be going for your high J, dude.
Yeah,
A refrigerator allows you to plan like a week ahead of time.
definitely. You're so
So
right.
you can do 1 or 2 grocery shopping trips a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and so like you can have something in there. Like so, for example, like yesterday, Aaron made like 3 different things because just we were. I mean, we're in the summer, so we're still
Yeah.
doing things here and there that are fun and
Mm-hmm.
But she made something yesterday that we're gonna eat tonight.
Right.
That's awesome, dude. So like
And
today, no cooking needed.
right. That's very. It feels very kind of a now kind of thing to do, which is you pre-plan your menu and
Yeah.
prep your menu for the week on a Sunday or something like that. The fridge makes that possible.
And that also seems very, very futuristic, right? Like when you go to Spaceship Earth
Yep.
and you like plan out your future and like they have robots, George Jensen style everywhere. The refrigerator is always at the top of that list. Like, ooh, the future, like,
My assumption is when that became kind of like something everybody had access to, it was probably akin to like the telephone or the
Totally.
toilet,
yup.
which is like, wow, I can go to the bathroom inside my house and this thing takes my poop away, far away
Yeah.
from my house.
Yeah, dude, top appliance,
Huge.
toilet.
Where's toilet in this Royal
Where's
Rumble?
toilet on? Yeah, dude, where's
That was-
washing machine and dryer?
Oh,
we might
dang.
need, dude, we need a series of this. We got to do toilet versus washer and dryer.
I do remember that happening in Royal Rumble, the video game. There would be late entries that come in. You think you won, and then the Undertaker
Yeah.
would come in or
Then,
something.
Here comes the crapper.
And this guy is a heavyweight for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think we agree. The refrigerator, good, very good.
Very good. Yes, this is. He
Do you
said
guys
it
have
was
a
good.
you guys have a little water dispenser thing?
Yep. Water dispenser.
That's a fun new development in the fridge realm.
Yep. Okay. So I love the water dispenser. I love
Mhm.
the ice maker, the ice dispenser.
Yep.
Huge. I mean, those aren't only high health halos. The refrigerator is healthy.
Yes.
It's good for your health. Right?
For your health.
For your health. It's just
Now,
good.
one other thing I'm thinking about fridges is the when I said like a kind of a newer development in the fridge world, I also think the placement of the doors has changed significantly in the
Yep.
past 15 to 20 years,
Yes.
where like I think for most of my life I had freezer on top,
Uh-huh.
and you open it and it pulls
Yep.
out to the side, one door, and then fridge
Yep.
on the bottom.
Totally.
Probably 2 or 3 times cubic, more cubic feet or cubic measurements
Right.
than the freezer,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Then this is my guess. I've not done any refrigerator research. Then it went to the side by side,
Mm-hmm.
full freezer on one side, full fridge on the other,
Yeah.
left to right.
Yep.
Now, my guess is that that is not the door placement for your current fridge. It's not for ours.
It's not. Okay. So I wonder if this is pure like physics, dude, where heat rises. So you got to put
That
the
could
freezer
be.
on the bottom.
Okay.
You know, like
Yep.
I wonder if that just like was more energy efficient to do it that way.
So that's the way your fridge is right now, right? The pull out
Yeah, so our fridge
freezer on the
Yeah,
bottom.
I love our current fridge, even though it failed and it will become our second fridge eventually. And it does look all of our appliances in our house, and I love our previous homeowners, and they'll never listen to this, so why am I even clarifying it?
Just in case, covering all your bases, your
Just in
former
case.
homeowners.
So it appears that all of our appliances fell out of a truck at some point, like because they were all clearly bought at like some sort of scratch and dent, partner to scratch and dent. So like our fridge clearly looks like it fell on its face. So like,
So there's a lot of dents on it. I didn't notice that when I was there.
like you have to know, like you won't notice it on first inspection because you just don't look that closely.
Right.
But like now we can just notice, you know.
Nobody looks at your stuff as closely as you do. Nobody is as intimately
Totally.
familiar with your home than you are. That's what I'm learning
Yeah.
as we've been remodeling, for sure.
Sure. I mean, we didn't pick up on it. The person that picked up on it was the home inspector.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Did you have that?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And okay, and still all these problems, like were all those problems
Some of them
in
are
the
hidden
inspection or what?
in the walls. No, I went back to look at our inspection recently, and
Yeah.
no indication of most of the issues that we have. Like we
Dude, that's
realized
not good.
it's not good. We realized when monsoon season came this time of year last year, we've been in our house now a year and a month.
Yep.
Last year, we realized there's no gutters
What?
on our house.
Okay.
And so the rain falls and it's just like,
Yeah, that's like supposed to like catch and then direct the rain, like.
no direction.
Oh my gosh, real?
The one direction everywhere. So it's just like
Just straight down.
Straight down every single window you look outside, just like a curtain of water.
That is super funny. I'm sorry.
That's
dude.
an answer to that. So we're finally going to get some gutters a year later. But yeah, you're right that like, oh, okay, there's dents there. So your fridge has the double doors that pull out on either side.
Oh, yeah.
And then
So-
the slide freezer. I think that's very
Yeah.
similar to ours right now, our new one.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
And I love it. I love that.
the thing, and here's what I think. I like this theory about heat rises, but I think it's finally people realized you use the fridge way more than you use the freezer.
Yeah.
So why are you bending
totally.
down into the refrigerator?
You're totally right.
You should be bending down once a day or twice a day into the freezer,
Yep.
and you're opening the fridge. What do you think? 15, 20 times a day.
Yeah. You're
And
totally
so
right.
it's a convenience placement thing.
more ergonomic,
Mm-hmm.
less convenient for like little kids,
I agree.
you know?
That's true. Yep. Good point.
But man, like when I did that couple or like that hour of refrigerator shopping. Wait, so have you recently bought a fridge? So you
Yep.
bought one.
Yes.
Like when I went to Home Depot and like just started looking at all the new innovations,
Mhm.
like I love the little thing. Like here's like the front one little part can open up just to get like your La Croix or
I
your
love
kids
that.
like little juice box. Like that's so cool.
That-
so you don't
that
have to open
was-
the whole thing.
Yep. I was really gunning for that.
That
And
was
it just
cool.
was a little bit over our price range. There's also
Yeah.
like these things where you can knock on it and then see what's inside without opening the door.
Mm. Yeah.
So you knock, and then a big screen appears on the front of your fridge, and I guess there's cameras inside, and you can see into the fridge, or
Dang.
it's kind of shaded, and then the shade
Uh-huh.
somehow when it lights up inside, you can see because it's actually a kind of a glass lit dimly.
Yeah, it's totally lit. Um, Yeah, so
Those fridges were lit.
yeah, I guess the thing that we have against that and like glass cupboards, which
Yeah.
are cool, or just like shelves like you'd see in like some like millennial kitchen,
Yep.
is like it never looks like Instagram, dude. There's a bunch of crap in there. It's like
I
barbecue
agree
sauce
with you
with
completely. Yes.
dribbling bits of Chick-fil-A sauce here, and
That
half
was
jars of,
Jessica's first thought was like, you don't want people to constantly see inside as a part
right.
of what you see when you look in the kitchen.
Yep.
You're right. This kind of open shelving concept that we thought about that and we're like, we might have some open shelves, but not all of it. Okay. Here's a good transition to what the second appliance that I want to do, which is the dishwasher.
Okay.
Definitely not as necessary as the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
You can do dishes yourself,
Yep. Yep.
but I think the convenience factor and the making your life easier factor, and more pleasant, raising your what is the term?
Yep.
Something of living, your quality of life.
Quality of life. Yep.
The dishwasher is through the roof.
You're right. You're right. So it is not a necessity. You wouldn't
Right.
bring one on a camping trip.
Nope.
You wouldn't need one on a camping trip. There was no preservative in the Bible that was like that needed. You just washed it by hands. And actually, if you're kosher, right, you have two different sets of dishes and you wash one in like one kind of
Yep.
water.
Yeah, definitely. And you have to keep those separate.
Yep.
Yeah. And when we didn't have a dishwasher, it's not like we need a dishwasher now, like we were thinking about the fridge.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you didn't throw away your dishes when your dishwasher. Like,
right, exactly.
Like, well, I don't need these. They're all spoiled.
But like how annoying it is. I mean, in college we didn't have a dishwasher. When we
Yep.
first got married, no dishwasher. So we were 2 or 3, 4 years without a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Doing the dishes sucks.
Yep. You're so
And
right.
having a machine that does that for you is incredible.
I totally agree. Wow. You're giving me already a new appreciation for something that I take for granted. You're so right. Like, we never washed dishes. Like, now if Aaron listened to this, oh man, genderist moment. If Aaron listened to this, she'd be like, "Yeah, you don't wash dishes," and she would like. This is,
No,
I mean, okay.
The
like,
bulk, though, I think even Aaron and Jessica would agree that the bulk of the dishes go in the dishwasher. There are pots and pans, and we don't put our sharp knives in the dishwasher and stuff like that. That you're washing in the sink still, even though you have a functional dishwasher.
You're 100% right. So when I said that, even though she would have laughed and we would have had a discussion right now, it is true. We don't actually wash the dishes. The dishes themselves, but pans, the nonstick stuff, the stuff that's too big, like some cutting boards, things of that nature. Yeah, we're actually right now, like we're like behind the scenes working on our like fall. Excuse me, I just burped. Don't edit it out.
That happened to me last episode. It happens to everybody.
Yep. Our family. What did I call it? Our work division of labor.
Okay. Yep.
We're working on our fall division of labor.
Wow. Okay.
And
we were talking about that during my packing tips 13.1 episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fall division. Yeah.
How do we divide labor? We were talking about laundry in particular in that episode, but it sounds like you were talking about more than that.
Yeah.
In this meeting you had.
I mean, it's one of those things where I think there are some things that are just not equal.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. This is way too deep for right now. Sorry, but we did look up.
She's a J, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this is nothing again. I love peas, and I love you, Anthony. But something about peas is that they will often things will be done, and a pea will just be like, "Oh, I don't know how that got done, but it did.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all win. And the J is sitting there just fuming because
Yep.
they're like, that's because I did it. I planned it.
I
And I did.
totally, dude. I mean, it's yeah.
So I don't know
don't
if
know.
that's happening or not.
Oh yeah, no, it is, and it's one. I'm confessing before the nation that I am not perfect, and that
Okay.
I
Will we forgive
wanna,
you?
yeah, and so we actually looked up some YouTube videos. Like I literally just put
Oh.
into YouTube, household division of labor,
Yeah. Oh,
just
I
for
bet you
fun.
there's lots of stuff.
There was, and dude, one of the best little bits of advice that we got because we were laughing, and we'll go on to another appliance, but it's just dishwasher really brought this to my mind, and I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But it's that you are a team. You are not opponents.
Mm,
So like
that's cool.
when
Yep.
you're in a marriage, the
Mhm.
more that you can be teammates versus opponents. So like not owing each other stuff, not
Yep.
doing stuff to be mean. I don't know. So like, and then lean into your strengths, but also realize that sometimes you just have to do stuff that you're not good at or strong
Yep.
at.
That you don't
So,
like. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, that you don't. You're right. So
Mm-hmm. Yep. Dishwasher. Now that we are close to getting one back, we got one and it's broken.
all right.
Oh no. But dishwasher for me, here's the things that I love about it. Not only does it wash your dishes, this
Mhm.
is why I thought of it when we were talking about what you can see in the kitchen. It is also dirty dishes storage.
Yeah.
So
Yep. There. Yep.
when you don't have a dishwasher, your dirty dishes are everywhere on the sink or on the counter,
You're right.
and it looks sick. So you can have like
Yep.
meals worth of dirty dishes inside that dishwasher, and your kitchen and your life is so much better for it.
Wow.
I love
What, there is nothing else like that
it.
because you've got a laundry hamper,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So I guess that hides dirt.
That's true.
And grime.
But it's not the same thing. It's not the
Yeah.
same piece of furniture. So the thing that I love about a dishwasher is you are gradually filling it up and putting disgusting stuff that you don't want to look at inside it and shutting the door. And then at
Yep.
some point you just put a little cube thing and push a button.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is awesome. The dishwasher
Okay.
is so awesome.
You've sold me. Our dishwasher, along with that scratch and dent sale, I think I might have actually shown you.
Uh-huh.
But it looks like an animal was inside there trying to get out. Like the back wall of our dishwasher, it literally looks like, literally, dang it, something was trying to scratch its way out. I don't know how that happened, or somebody opened it and just pelted it with rocks. Like the back.
That's awesome. I think of any of these appliances, the dishwasher is the one with the most quirks, where you have to tell somebody who's visiting, just close it just so, and it'll work. Or push these buttons in this order, or else it won't work. I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. You know what I mean? Like a fridge you just open and close.
Yeah.
It's maybe the more moving parts or the more complicated presence of water or electronics, where it always feels like somebody has it doesn't work quite right, but if you do this, it'll work.
Yep, for sure. Okay, I love it.
Okay, let's go on to the final contender.
Ooh, hold on. I have one more point for the dishwasher. I just remembered. There's those commercials. Have you seen those commercials for the dishwasher that's like, we do it every night? Have you seen those?
I like this. Sounds like I want your bod.
Yeah, totally. It's like a different couple, or then a single person, or like an older couple.
I see.
And they're like, every night we have dinner and then we do it.
Okay.
Maybe
quite
it's
a sensual
detergent?
dishwasher. It's probably a detergent commercial. Quite sensual detergent commercial.
I think that's what it is.
Wait, is
great
this an
ad campaign.
audio or a video commercial? Is it a
video.
Spotify? Okay, got it.
It's a video. But so Aaron was like looking into it, and basically a dishwasher is way more efficient water-wise than washing your dishes by hand.
I was going to say that. I found that fact out probably in the same place that Erin did whenever she did exactly when she did, because we all have the same
That's it.
Internet browser settings or something.
Yeah. Thank
Whereas
you.
like gallons and gallons more when you wash the dishes in the sink than a dishwasher uses.
Yeah, so that's good. So that has actually, that one fact has made us use our dishwasher way more.
A commercial I saw last year that changed my life, and I don't know if it's accurate, is um this, I think it was for Dawn detergent, and they said, don't rinse your dishes, just put them in. You're
Ah.
wasting water rinsing before
Ooh.
you put in the dishwasher. Just put them in. Dawn will take care of it for you.
I got you, dude.
I mean, I was like, say no more, Dawn.
Hmm.
I'm never gonna rinse my dishes again.
In fact, I'm gonna mess them up. I'm gonna put just eggs,
I'm
just
gonna,
tons of yolk and
yeah, I'm
ketchup.
gonna leave them out for a day versus hardens.
Yeah.
You asked for it. Okay, let's talk stove,
Hmm.
oven, range. Um, this one is, I think, a great appliance because you don't have to go outside and light a fire every time you want to cook something. And
Hmm.
there's, what is it called? There's the stovetop heat is something direct heat, and the
Direct heat.
oven
Oh,
is
sure.
something like, it's a different
Indirect.
word, indirect, or maybe like
There's in.
ambient or something, where
Hmm.
it's baking the food instead of cooking the food, but you get it both in
Yeah.
one appliance, and that rules.
Yeah. I love it. Do you guys do gas or electric?
Gas.
Nice.
Gas or solid. I pooped. Gas
Gas.
or solid.
Liquid.
Speaking of the toilet, yeah. No, we since moving to Flagstaff, every range we've had is gas, and it is
Mhm.
awesome.
I'm so a fan of gas.
Do you guys have
Like,
gas or electric?
we have gas. Oh yeah,
Mm,
we
mm,
will
mm.
always be a gas family.
Gassy
Um,
family, yeah,
yeah, we're gaseous in
that's for
nature.
sure. Yeah.
Cataloging gaseous anomalies. The because that's what they always did on the Food Network, and I was always so
Mm-hmm.
jealous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you can take a pepper and you can like roast red peppers right on it, right? Or take tortillas and like just throw them right on the gas
Yeah.
stove, or like,
Yep.
and also it heats faster,
Yep.
more
It sure does.
consistently,
Yeah.
looks cool, smells cool, like how it looks. It smells like my grandma's house.
Oh, okay. I
Like
can see
growing
that.
up, my
Sure.
grandma Georgeson, she always had a gas stove.
Yeah. So if she had a gas
Amazing
stove
cook.
and you didn't, then it makes a lot of
Yep,
sense to me that you would be reminded of that now that you have a gas stove.
totally. Because we were a glass top family
Yep. Okay.
growing
Because
up.
because there's a couple different kinds of electric, right? You've got the glass top, and then you've got those like, you could get those
The
like spiral things,
the coils
the
totally. That
coil.
like,
Yep.
yep.
Or then there's just like, it just looks like a pan or something. I would say that's probably kind of the most standard one.
That's oh yeah. Oh right. Well, and then there's like the little one that you can have, like that chefs always use like at a buffet,
Right.
like it's like an electric. It is like the
Mm-hmm.
electric thing, and it heats like super fast.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
can like put your hand on it, it's not hot or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. And we
Fancy.
did have, there's a word for that. And we do have one of those that we used when we didn't have a stove, functional stove.
A
And
hot
so
plate or a
hot plate,
no?
that's it. Yep.
Hmm.
That's what we called it.
Yes.
There might be fancier ones that they use on the Food Network, but that's what we called it. And of course, since we're doing this appliance Royal Rumble heavyweight division, at some point we will do a lightweight division and talk
Okay.
about all those things.
Okay, good. So I'll save microwave, toaster oven.
You're naming them all.
Um,
I've also got the trendy ones like air fryer
mhm.
and instant pot that I think we need to
Pod.
pit against one another.
Well, we had even brainstormed about that for this because you were going to tell me all the stuff that you made, like how you were able to use some of those lightweight. You
That was,
leveraged
yep.
the lightweight appliance.
Yeah, that was the original pitch for this episode, but I thought we'd start big and go smaller. Um,
Okay.
so we like the gas so much that it actually would have been way easier for us to rebuild our kitchen with an electronic or electric range because then you don't have to deal with gas. We actually switched the side of our kitchen that our oven is on. And so we had to reroute the gas. But we like
Wow.
gas so much that we decided that's what we want to do. If we're going to rebuild a kitchen, which we did from nothing,
Yeah, a hole. You were like walls.
it was just
Right.
walls, open walls. If we're
Mhm.
going to rebuild our kitchen, we didn't want to, we wanted to do it with something that we loved. And so gas was a discussion. Like, we could save a lot of time or energy, complication, even money going electric, but it was just like, once you go gas, you're never, that's the last thing you'll ever do with your oven. And that is a rhyme that everyone says.
Yep.
But this
I
new
love
one
it.
we got, dude, has one double burner. Do you have any double burners on your range? So it's like two gas, it's like a ring of gas and then another ring of gas inside on one burner.
Oh, cool.
It boils water like boom.
That's
So
awesome.
fast.
Wow.
So that's cool. It's like also, like you were saying with fridges, if when you were in Home Depot looking at them, you're like, oh, I didn't even know that existed in this appliance.
Yeah.
They keep inventing new things.
Yep. No, gas is where it's at. Heats up fast, heats up consistent, smells like my grandma's house. I think a gas oven too.
Yeah.
It just cooks veggies better.
I agree.
Like
because
it
it's
crisps them
fire.
up. Yeah.
It's
Totally.
actual
Like,
fire.
What's the other one?
Just coils, just really super, super hot coils, metal.
Yeah.
It's just metal that heats up super, super hot. But when you've got gas, you've got flame.
Yeah.
And when you've got that flame, I mean, we can use it. But we've done it before to like, you crisp the outside of chili peppers with that fire, and you peel it off. You can't do that with an electric range.
No,
You have to have the actual fire. We've even done s'mores.
Yep, totally. S'mores, roast marshmallows.
Yep.
Yep.
On that gas range. And it's a real treat.
Yep. The broiler rules in a gas oven. Like, I mean, it cooks super fast. Like, you got to be so careful.
Yeah, you do.
Because the broiler goes really fast. I love it. I'm a fan of gas forever. Forever, mate.
So I actually think we hit on something at the beginning of this episode where we said, which would you miss most if you didn't have it? With the oven, so the inconvenience of not having a fridge was we couldn't actually have much food in the house besides like processed pantry food, right? Inconvenience of the dishwasher was it's just you're doing a lot more work, wasting a lot more water, dirty dishes everywhere. Inconvenience of the oven, it was we can't make food unless you go to the grill or fire outside. If it's raining, you're screwed. If the propane tank is out, and if it's not something that you can make on the grill, which is a lot of stuff but not everything, and you just don't feel like doing it, the absence of the oven really affected what we were eating.
Okay.
Whether we were eating sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And that feels pretty vital to me.
Okay. Jeff Galloway's word, vitality.
Yep.
You needed that oven for that vitality. He's got a great accent too, doesn't he? He's got that.
What an accent. Yes.
Vitality. Right?
Loved
like
it.
it's not.
I was just
thick
sometimes
Southern.
just listen, not to what he was saying, but to how he was saying it.
I know. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, you make an amazing point. You could go to Publix or what's your place again? Not Kroger. What's your
Safeway.
place? Safeway.
Yep.
So if you don't have a refrigerator but you have a stove, you can go to Safeway or Publix and get everything you need to make burgers or to make fajitas or to make pizza or pasta or whatever, salads, and if you have a stove and or range and or oven, you can do everything.
Yeah.
If you don't have a stove but you have all this stuff in the refrigerator, you can't do anything with it.
That's where some of these smaller appliances came in.
Right.
But dude, you can't even imagine how many of those you need to have to
Yep.
do. You need one of each of those to have a different meal every night of the week, when you can just do that all in one appliance.
Yep.
And that's why everybody has one of those, right? That's why it's heavyweight division, the top 3 here in the Royal Rumble, because it's a heavyweight, not only in its actual literal weight, but it's a heavyweight in its presence in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So now we have.
Okay. Yep. So what are we doing? How do we rank?
I think we rank. So I want you to think right now in your mind, 3-1. And then I think we both reveal our third, then we each reveal our second, and we each reveal our first.
Okay.
That's how I think this works. Okay.
All right.
I've got my 3-1.
Oh man, dude. Okay. Let's reveal our threes, because I guarantee they're the same.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Okay. Let's. I'm gonna count 3, 2, 1, and we're both gonna say our 3 at the same time, so as not to influence one another. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Stove.
Dishwasher. Wait.
Stove is mine.
Wait, stove is your best or worst?
Worst.
Oh, wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I just stacked up against dishwasher and refrigerator. I would say it's fairly close to my second one.
Okay.
But not having these 3, I will say that I missed my stove the least.
Wow. Okay. I got you. I've never lived without all 3.
I'm. You know what? Something we didn't mention is that the presence of takeout restaurants and fast food.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deny that was part of the reason why I didn't miss my stove as much as these other ones.
Right, because you still need dishes and you still need something to keep those leftovers cool.
Yep.
I see it. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Dishwasher's
you're
yours. I'm not surprised by that. I think that is probably the least essential.
I wonder if you could like look at times that I like appliances that I touch the most.
Okay. Yep. There we go.
That would be probably fridge, dishwasher, stove.
Okay. So I'm locked in on 3 stove. Yours is dishwasher. Okay.
I'm still going dishwasher.
Okay. Now let's do 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and we both say it at once. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Dishwasher.
Oven/range.
All right. So basically, we just swapped our 2 and 3.
Okay.
So number 1, we don't even have to do. Number 1 for both of us is that fridge.
Yeah, refrigerator, dude. Heavyweight champion.
Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It's the heaviest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the weight that announcer said at the beginning is without food. 250 pounds is a fridge without food in it. Once you put food in it, it can get up to 400 pounds.
Yes.
That's a heavy piece of equipment.
I wonder if you could weigh ours.
How would you?
You can't. I'm just
4 scales.
Just curious. Yeah.
You put 4 scales, one in it, but then how would you figure that out mathematically? How much it weighs? That's an interesting question. I must admit.
Actually, if you weighed in, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I was gonna say, wouldn't it always be 400 pounds on all the scales, but it would be divided by 4?
In some way, I probably don't understand. Like, would you just add up all the scale numbers?
Yeah, I think that's what you would do.
Okay. Listen, I'm not a scientist, but I think that's how it would work.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
So I think we did it. Refrigerator wins the Royal Rumble. The refrigerator, I would say, is the Hulk Hogan.
You're right. Fridge is Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Oven is Macho Man Randy Savage. And then the dishwasher is like, I don't
The
know.
Undertaker.
Exactly.
Even though he
Exactly.
did kill Hulk Hogan that one time,
Yeah.
as previously discussed. Okay, that's it. That's it, folks. I hope you got what you wanted with the Royal Rumble of Appliances heavyweight division.
Good job.
Any final appliance thought?
Well, I had microwave chat, but we'll
Yeah.
save that for small appliances.
Yep.
And I have something from my mom, an appliance that she got that's really cool that I had never heard of, but
Ooh.
I'll save that for that too.
That would fit in the lightweight.
Yep.
Okay, we might have to do a medium weight now that I think about
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Because this was such a rousing success. All right, everybody. No, I'm not gonna do that again. Bye.
Bye. Ooh.
Great.
Great. Let's stop recording. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Save.